Alright guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we got a Honda Civic kit. This is the 09 model. Well, they're pretty much similar. So we got original shocks here. Rear shocks is leaked out. This is from a Honda original. They're like 130 some bucks each. And there's the part number. It's the same part number for the right and left. Let me just confirm it. 5261, 5261, SNE, A03, A03, yep. Same part number, so let's open this box up. And inside this box, we got a shock looking just like that. There's nothing else in the box. They don't give you no bolts, no nothing, so we're gonna have to reuse the old one, also the bushings and everything on the top. So that's everything that we're gonna have to use there. So we're gonna have another piece up on the top that we're gonna have to reuse, and there you go. This is what it looked like. Okay, this is original stuff. Okay, same part number, right and left. So we're gonna put these babies into this week also. Let's go and start off by jacking this car up. So what we're gonna need to do is, whoops. We're gonna go about this high, have the trunk open, and oh, we got so much stuff in the trunk. Anyways, that's not what you want in your trunk. Anyways, down to the sides, we got a couple of bolts that we're gonna have to remove, so let's get into that. So we took off the wheel. We're gonna put our floor jack down here underneath this. So we got a leaking shock right here, so we're gonna replace it with the original. And here's a bolt, 17 millimeter or whatever the size this is. It feels like I haven't looked at it. It might be 15, but I'll confirm that, or 16. But there's our leaking shock. Bad for the tires. This customer got brand new tires. Michelin expensive stuff. You don't want to destroy your tires. So in here, we're gonna remove a couple of clips. You see these clips? I'm gonna go get me a flathead screwdriver, and we're gonna turn these babies 1, 2, 3 maybe, and then we're gonna pull this forward, and we got a bolt in the back. Okay, so what we got here is a flathead screwdriver. You're gonna turn this baby, and make sure you don't lose this stuff, because you can also use your flathead screwdriver, use a fork, but you can use a flathead screwdriver, but I usually like to use proper tools. So we got this little fork. You can pick up these tools from your local parts store, AutoZone, Pep Boys, or Advanced Auto. They sell this kind of stuff, but this is special. Like, even if you remove a little bit, a couple of threads, and then this clip should come off. And we're gonna just leave it right here. And we got one more down here. Same thing. You want to turn. It's the same thing on the opposite side when you work on the opposite side, but I'm only going to be showing you guys one side. Should be very simple to do so. But once you get this off, let's put our tools to the side, because a lot of time I will forget. We're going to pull this guy, and there's our shock bolt. Okay, so we're going to be reusing this bushing, and then the shim here, the bolt, and that. Put some WD-40 on this guy, and you can put an Allen key in here and turn this baby. So what we're going to do is, we're gonna start from up here. Okay, so let's get this baby going. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this floor jack and put it underneath. What this is gonna do is it's gonna support the suspension, because as the strut comes down, and plus you can align the bolt by doing this. We're gonna just leave this right there. Now we're gonna go get proper tools, and we're gonna put them up here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, to start off, we're gonna take some WD-40. We wanna be careful with all the stuff the customer have in here. So put some WD-40 on this guy, and after that we'll go through the tools. So just put some here. What that's gonna do is gonna lubricate the bolts from turning up properly and easily. So we're gonna leave this right here, and let's get our tools going. So I did get tools here. We got a 14 millimeter. Okay, the 14 millimeter is gonna go right onto this bolt. So this is my 14. You see how the whole shock turns with it? We don't want that. But what we want here is, we want first this floor mat to sit down properly. That's what we want. Okay, so if you guys can bear with me here, I'm gonna hold. There you go. Once it loosens up, it should be pretty good. So you see how I'm turning the Allen here? This is fine to do on the older one. On the new one, you can do it too, but slowly. You don't want to put no power tools on it. And because the whole shaft of the strut of the shock is turning, and if you go too fast, you can overheat the the seal inside the shock, and it will start to leak. So it's best to just turn your wrench instead. But for the old one, like I said, you can do this. It's all up to you. Okay, it's gonna take me a while to get this baby off, and that's no problem because it's a huge long bolt. Well, the strut is like a bolt. So let me get this off. That way I have more room with the camera, not looking at it. Other than that, once it's off, we'll take off the bushing and everything. Okay, so this is all out and done, and we're gonna take off our tools. Okay, now we should be able to turn it by hand. We gotta save this, okay? This nut, we have to save this nut. We're gonna save this nut. And I'm gonna just leave it on the floor here. That way it doesn't bother anybody or nobody kicks it. No one's here with me anyway. We're gonna take this guy off. And this bushing, when you try to put the new one in, this bushing right here might try to, so all we did, took a piece of oval. Make sure you put this facing just like that, okay? This will go just like that. So if you put it the other way around, it might at one point come and hit this. So it's all ready to go. So what we can do now is we can grab this little guy and we can pull this baby down, okay? Okay, but at this time, remember, we still need to take off this bottom bolt. So once we have that off, everything should be good to go. Okay, so remember, this is a 14 millimeter. If I can see properly. There you go. And bada bing, bada boom. So this baby comes off. And we're gonna grab our light. Our sleeping shock of this baby should just simply come out of the house. So if you want to press down on it, it's all up to you. And take it out of there. And there's our leaking shock that we're gonna replace with these original Honda parts. So this thing is just dead, okay? Look at that. It's dead. It's dead, completely dead. That will kill your tires, okay? So what we're gonna do next step here is, it's all set to go. We're gonna take this little guy. It might be hard for me with the one hand, not doing anything, checking it just the way we got it. So I do want to put this right through this rubber. You don't want to push that rubber out of the way, and then you're in bigger trouble, because now you're gonna go look for that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna compress. This is compressed. You're gonna have to yank this baby with one hand. Okay, a lot of times it's better to use both hands. Not a lot of time, always it's better to use two hands. So I might have to bring my floor jack down a bit. Let's see how far it can go. There you go. That should be, that's the farthest. I still want to support it because I don't want to damage anything else like he's doing. Okay, this guy wants to play games with us. So I'm gonna have to use both hands, guys. I'm gonna have to put the camera away a little bit. So what I want to do is I want to just pull this. This thing is in there already, and I'm gonna just pull this up, and I just want to turn it over up above. Okay, I think I'm just doing it. There you go. With one hand, I was able to do it. So now, what we're gonna do here now is we're gonna align this shock. There's no right and wrong, okay? If you want to twist it around, it's all up to you. There's no right and wrong here. It's universal stuff here. Okay, so there you go. We got one of the shocks replaced, and the other one is the same process. So what you want to do is you want to put everything back together and lock this bolt up. Okay, so what I did here was I got the bolt in. Make sure you turn this little guy. Make sure you can tap the socket or this. Make sure you catch the threads before you tighten this baby. So we're gonna go. Bada bing, bada boom. Now it's time for us to go up on the top. So what I like to do here is I like to pump my floor jack, and the reason why I do this is because it's gonna push the shock to the maximum point. And you can do the same thing. You can put the wheel on and put the whole car down, and as long as you have everything in process. And this baby, remember how it goes. And that way, once the weight is on it, the jack is like a weight for it. So what I want to do is, even though I'm going to put this on, I am going to put the wheel on, and I am going to lock up the bolt. That's how I'm going to lock up the bolt. Remember, I am gonna have to put my wrench, this guy on the top, because it's gonna start to turn at one point. So as much as I can do, I will try to do, and then at the end I will put my wrench on, ratchet, I'm sorry, with the Allen key, and lock up this little guy. So if you got a Honda Civic 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, any Civic, as long as you got shocks in the back, all these Civics do have shocks in the back, so the process is the same for all of them, all the way up to 15, even the newer ones. Process is pretty much similar. It might have them, even if they got different little bit of setup, but it should be similar. So what I want to do is I'm going to get this bolt all the way in, the nut, I keep saying bolt, excuse me on that one, and then we'll continue. Okay, so pretty much we got this whole nut all the way to the bottom, and now I start to spin the center. So I want to lock this baby up. Like I said, if you want to put wheel down, that'd be the best way, but even with the floor jack, it works well. So what I want to do is I'm going to turn this around, and I am gonna lock this up. Bada bing, bada boom. Thank you for watching this video, guys. All I need to do is, okay, put the cover on. Let me just show you one more thing before we go. So this is nice and tight. The bottom is nice and tight. So if you're using aftermarket shock, you're not gonna have this Allen key hole there. You're gonna have like a little spot there. You have to put a vice grip on that. But anyways, this is all done. So what you want to do is, you want to put this carpet looking cover back together. So you want to take your 3 clips, make sure this is behind the weather strip here. This plastic is called a weather strip. So once everything is aligned, you should be able to, okay, you should be able to put your clips in. 1, 2, 3. So all you do with these clips is, you don't need to use your flat screwdriver or anything like that. Just take this little guy, put this in first, and you just push on it. Same thing there, and then we're done. So I got one sitting here. I'm all done. Thank you for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos. So there's our shock there. It's nice and tight. This is a 2009 Civic, and if you guys got these Civics, they're all the same thing. Thank you for watching my video.